Ho, 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 everyone.
Ho, ho.
We're here for the Scottmas, 12 Days of Scottmas launch. My name is Brett Esplin. I'm Scott's little brother.
I'm Steve Slay. Scott was my best friend. And Scott Esplin is why we are here today. And we're here today because we don't have Scott anymore, unfortunately. We lost Scott far too soon. But Scott was it was described to me at one time that everybody who knew Scott felt like Scott's best friend. And that's who Scott was. Scott was a very giving person, a very loving person, and he would give his time and energy and effort to anybody who he thought he could help and needed the help. He was a wonderful, wonderful person, and a hell of a friend and a lot of fun. And so we lost Scott in February of 2019.
Yes.
President's Day weekend. It was very unexpected, and it was just a freak, unfortunate thing that we lost Scott. Just an unknown health issue.
Right. And
So-
I had the experience, or I guess the luck, of spending the last day with him. We went snowboarding on that Saturday before, on the 16th. And we went all day and had a great time, and it was amazing. And I'm so glad that I had that opportunity to spend that time with him. And we'll always remember that and cherish that day for sure.
And we got to actually spend the evening with him the night
That's
before
true, yeah.
at another fundraiser that we went to. So we got to spend the night with him that night, and it was so weird because we had this whole text string going that day, and then that was that night. He's like, "Sorry, I was snowboarding all day with Brett. I'm going to bed. Peace
Yep.
out. See you guys later." And that was it. That was the last time we talked to Scott. So.
Yes.
But he was, I got to work with Scott too for a few years, which was great because I got to spend pretty much the last couple of years almost every day together.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool that we got to do that. But Scott, on his own time, and one of the reasons why we're here is he was an athlete. As growing up.
Yes.
He used to beat the crap out of you, is what I heard all the time.
Well, that's depends on who's telling the story, but yes.
Well, he was.
He
So.
was telling the story.
But he was an athlete, and he was a college athlete, track athlete for a while, and he really loved. Well, he loved basketball. He loved all sports. He really loved track.
Track was his favorite sport.
It was, and so since track was his favorite sport, when he got older, he was a coach, and he would coach. And he was a coach at Boise High. He was a coach, I think, at a couple other schools too. And for the most part, volunteered coach just to make sure that he was really helping the kids. There was nothing. I remember he was so passionate about it. He'd get so mad if he thought a kid had potential and wasn't getting the right coaching, and somebody wasn't helping him out. And he'd get really mad at other coaches who just weren't putting in the effort and the time. And he would do that. He would do that every season. I mean, in fact, it was really kind of unfortunate. The last season he didn't get to coach.
Right.
Because he had a problem that he just couldn't work out where he was going to coach. So,
Yeah, I mean, I spent time with him too. When he was at Boise High, and it was so good to see some of the kids actually meet them and put a face to a name, because he talked about them so much. And it was nice because he pushed schooling a lot more than track, and he knew that was important, but it was like he was teaching them a lesson beyond track.
yeah.
And so some of them, he had a couple students that were getting full ride scholarships or scholarships for education, and they would get so bummed out after a track meet not hitting their PR or their goal. And he's like, it matters, yes, but you are a great person. Education is what's matter. You're getting a great education. That's done. This is fun. Let's focus on getting better. And so that was part of his, I guess, standpoint or teaching to them. It was life lessons. It wasn't just track and let's jump further, et cetera. So, I mean, it was amazing to see him and be with him in those meets.
That's a great segue into why we're doing why the foundation exists.
Yeah.
Is because he really wanted to, as Brett was saying, he wanted to make sure that the kids had a way to get their education. And I remember there were a couple of kids that he he was coaching, and he would tell me about, we ran into a couple of them, and he was like, man, it was so frustrating because they got partial scholarships for school for track, but not full ride, and a couple of them couldn't afford to go.
Right.
And so he was like, man, I wish I could help those guys out because they couldn't afford to go to school even though they had a partial scholarship.
Right.
And because he said, he's like, track, sports, that's a way for you to get your education.
Yes.
And he would say that to kids, we'd talk about it. He's just like, he was very passionate about that. And that was one reason why he coached as well.
Yeah.
It's because he wanted to make sure he could help these kids get their education and go on. And so when we lost Scott, we were trying to figure out what we could do for his memory and really what was he passionate about. And the thing he was most passionate about was is getting kids education who might not be able to do it. And so what the Scott Esplin Memorial Scholarship Fund is all about is about getting kids who get a partial scholarship to school, being able to give them more money to hopefully help get them to school, if they, so that they can actually get a full ride to do track and get their education. So that's what the foundation's all about. And we want to make sure that what Scott was passionate about doing is what we're able to continue to do for him in his name.
And I think that's, the same thing. We're just replicating some of what he dealt with. He had ran track, did not get a scholarship, triple jump for the University of Idaho, and he spent so much time in the summer, several jobs trying to pay for it so that, if you're going to school, focusing on school, trying to do track practice, there's no way you're going to be able to work full time to pay for school. So you decide, am I going to take a job or am I going to quit track? And that's part of what he struggled with by working so much in the summer times. And he had figured it out, but the loan, you take so many loans at a certain point, and that's what we're trying to do is fit in those student athletes that are similar to Scott's situation and that need help to go there so they can continue their track and field, whether it be a field event or a track, it doesn't really matter. But that's what we're trying to find is those athletes that won't have to quit track just because of school.
Yeah, so we're the foundation starting out for track athletes with partial scholarships. Where we would love to go is to any sport that is a non-full ride scholarship. But we want to start with track in the beginning with the money that we have. How we raise money, we put up a site last year and we raised about $8,500.
Yes.
About $8,500 is what we raised with. Now we're doing this. Our original plan before COVID, which, by the way, we are wearing masks. We're not 6 feet apart, but Scott's going to be an uncle again soon.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that Brett stays safe. So Andrea stays safe. So we're wearing our masks here today for that. But we were going to do a golf tournament in June. Then we pushed it to September when COVID came, and hoping to be able to do that. We knew we couldn't do that, so we put that off and decided that the 12 Days of Scottmas would be the thing to do in this era, do it online. I think we hope now that this is the first annual 12 Days of Scottmas. So now I think we should get into what is Scottmas. And why the 12 Days of Scottmas?
Right.
I've got the friend perspective. You've got the brother perspective. You go ahead.
Yeah, when we were growing up, Scott's birthday is December 17th. So if you can imagine a kid in a normal family, we had 6 kids. So he kind of got bunched together and said, oh, well, this is a great gift. This is also your Christmas gift. And so, that's got to be frustrating for a kid growing up, right? None of us, we all say, well, yeah, we get it, but we don't understand. And so when he got older, he's like, I'm celebrating every day. I'm just going to do it. It's Scottmas, and I've got every day I do whatever I want. And he brought people in to experience it. It was almost like he had switched it. It was his birthday week or 12 days. But he would bring other people in to enjoy it for himself. And it was going out. It was doing fun things the whole time. And, of course, as growing up, even when we were older, it was like, oh, man, you're still celebrating Scottmas. It's like, all right, it was a little bit of annoying, but it's a good thing that it happened. And that's why we're starting with Scottmas. It was such a big deal. It was like another holiday that we never knew of. It fit in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it was called Scottmas.
Yeah. Yeah, and the 12 Days of Scottmas as a friend is like, it's Scottmas, and we're like, we understand it's your birthday. He's like, it's still Scottmas. There's 12 days of Scottmas. And so, it was a funny thing, but it was a fun celebration, and it was just a fun time. And so we thought, what better to do this kind of thing and have an online auction and kind of different themes about all the different stuff that he liked.
Right.
So.
And so we're doing the 12 Days of Scottmas. Today's obviously the kickoff, and then we're ending on December 17th, his birthday.
Yep.
We were getting links out. If you need help finding them, please reach out to me or Steve here or anybody that would know. And we were doing a silent auction the whole entire week. It opened this morning, so please go ahead and bid on some things. There's also links to donate. All of the funds for both of these are going directly to the foundation for us to hand out scholarships.
All the money raised is going to. There's no administrative costs. Yes. Everything's being donated. Time's being donated. We do have some kickoff initial sponsors so that we can cover all the expenses. And so we've got, you got Josh Harmon, Harmon Smith, his company. You got my company, Ataraxis. You got Jed Reese, Strive Financial. We've got, Brad's company, Quest Groups. Mm-hmm. Those I know for sure are sponsors right now. If you want to be a sponsor, please reach out. This is a not only 12 days, but there is a foundation website, Facebook page that you're watching this on. It's up all the year. We will do a golf tournament. If we can do a golf tournament and a good gathering next summer, we will do that next summer.
Yes.
That is the plan. Scott, one of the most profound things Scott ever said about golf is that I love golf. Golf does not love me.
It is true. Yes. Golf did not love him.
No, it didn't at all. So we will do that golf tournament, but and that'll be on this page, and we'll get that information out too. So,
and then as far as the 12 Days of Scottmas, every day we're going to be posting on social media. Every day has a theme for obviously the 12 days. Also, there is a drink of the day that will be posted with that afterwards. And today's drink is Purple Hooter, and it's a delicious shooter drink. You can sip on it or drink it. If anybody, please enjoy going along with us and drinking as Scott would for the 12 Days of Scottmas. And then, we're doing the 12 Days of Scottmas theme. And the first day is my true love gave to me bleached blonde hair and a tongue ring. So I don't know if you guys know, when Scott went to college, I don't know if it was more just to get the ladies or if it was to annoy my dad, but he had really long blonde hair that he had bleached, shaved under, the whole blonde hair. And then my dad didn't really want us to get earrings, so Scott had gotten earrings, but my dad would tug on those, so he got a tongue ring so he could kind of hide that. And so that's what we're making fun of him, a little bit of that in a fun way, that he did have bleached hair and a tongue ring for college for a lot of those first years, and it just fit him, And so it was fun to see some of those pictures and talk to these guys that went to college with him and experience some of that. So
yeah, so every day will be a new theme. We're not going to. Every day is a surprise. We're not going to give the themes away now. Every day, as Brett said, we'll have a drink too. On the 17th, we're going to come back and we'll do a live show, probably about an hour or so. Hopefully, we'll be entertaining for at least 52 minutes of it.
Yes.
And we'll kind of be going through the drinks. We'll have a bartender making drinks for us. The auction packages that are out there now, bid on them. They're out there. There's about 39, I think.
So yeah, something. I think there's more than that at this point. And they'll be coming out all throughout the week, too. If anybody would like to donate something for an auction item, we can input that. It doesn't have to be a deadline today. So.
No, and we know that we've got at least 3 or 4 more good auction packages coming up. What are some of the auction packages? Brett spent a lot of time putting auction packages together. I want to give a big shout out to him, along with everybody else on the committee.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Margie
that have done
and
this.
Kira, Kylie, and everybody.
Yes.
Thank you. I miss names, but Courtney, all of you, thank you very, very much for all the work that you've done on this.
And there is a lot of sponsors too that from all ranges of things have donated. So we really appreciate that and wanted to say thank you to all our sponsors, and we'll give them more credit here later as we go on through the week, and we appreciate that so much. I mean, it starts from just a lot of things that he loved. Got some golf packages out there. There's some things that have to do with wakeboarding. We have a surfboard, and we have another golf package.
We have a surfboard?
Yeah, we got a surfboard. Well,
sweet.
Behind the boat surfboard, yes.
Well,
Not like a California surfboard, but yes. We got a tube. We got several packages from. I know that you guys have done some Botox here that we've got going.
We got some Botox. My wife is very talented with that. We've got a
Yes.
nice package for those things. So, how do you bid? You go to
So you just go to the. We've got the link that we posted up online, and it's
on our site.
Yes,
and then it's
easy.
Auction Frogs.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Auction Frogs.
We want to
and-
thank Auction Frogs. They're running this entire thing for us here as well and working with them. So thank you, Auction Frogs.
Yes.
They're running the auction. And so I believe there's a link on our Facebook page, on this page that we're watching, to go to the auction. So it's scottesplin.afrogs.org. That is the link. So scottesplin.afrogs.org.
And it's very easy. Once you get there, you click on the auction items, it pulls them up and numbered, and you click, and it goes from how much the next bid is going to be, et cetera. And then you also have a link to donate if you want to just donate money and don't see any of the items that appeal to you or something that you would want to bid on. So
Yeah.
it's very easy to do.
And the auction will end on the 17th. And have we decided a time we're going to end the auction? Are we ending the auction before the live event?
Well, I don't know that Scott would have planned to end it, so it's going to be at the end of the live event.
The end of the live event. We'll do the end of
We
the
just
live
planned it.
event. That
It's
way
the
we
live
can
event.
make sure that we're watching everything. Scott wouldn't have planned to.
No, I
to
don't
end
think
it.
he would have made it today because he thought it was tomorrow, actually.
Probably so. He would have been late. He would have missed it.
Yes.
Yeah. So what other, is there any other items you think? I mean, I know that we've got a couple other packages that we're going to drop throughout the 12 days. So keep watching the packages. They are going to change.
Yes.
Coming back. Even though it ends on the 17th, you never know. We might add stuff to a package. We might just add new packages. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with it. So, and we'll be doing. But because it's Scott and his friends, we're lucky we had really good people helping us, or else this would have been completely uncoordinated and never actually happened. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so true. Very true.
All right. So we all understand what the foundation's about. Please, you can just donate money too. If you feel like you don't, there's an auction item that you want, you can just donate money. That's great. But if you also want to reach out about sponsorship for the golf tournament in the fall or in the summertime, please do that as well. Leave us a message on the page and we'll get back to you. So,
Yeah. I think that's about everything we wanted to cover. If you ever have questions about anything, details about any of the auction items or how to donate or what the event's about or just questions about Scott, please reach out to me. And we'll forward you to the foundation website or find out more. We can answer questions, go through anything that you need clarification on, because we want everybody to understand what you're donating to and what that's for. So
absolutely. And if you want to be a part of it, or if you think that you've got good candidates for the scholarship, our goal this year is to be able to give out scholarships in the spring.
Yes.
For track athletes that are deserving. So if you have a track athlete that's getting a partial scholarship, and you think it'd be a good candidate, reach out to us. If you want to volunteer for the foundation, we're going to do more and more with it. We would love to be a really predominant foundation for college-bound athletes who need the help.
Definitely.
Okay, I think that they've got another event that they have to get to, so they're kicking us out.
Yeah.
Just kidding, they're not.
No, they are not.
They're not. So thank you very much for joining us today. We will see you on the 17th. Watch the auction, bid lots, or just send money. It's all fine.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support, and thank you, sponsors, for your support as well.
Happy Scottmas!
Happy Scottmas.